everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Browns going up against the Redskins. With that, let's send you up to Landover, where we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Redskins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that home crowd and that wave of...
We're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should. And what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full...
3. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now the first carry for Matt Jones. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. They get 8 yards back there, and they could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. And there, Matt Jones, the ball carrier. Last year, only 3.4 yards per carry. Did have some explosive plays, though, in the passing game.
And they think that they're going to get him in the running game from him now as well, because the volume of carries for him will increase.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by a guy with a lot to prove here in 2016. In his 5th year now, it's Robert Griffin III.
So much potential, so much talent. And we saw that as a rookie when he was playing in Washington. Now, can it come back out of him again? And can we see the old Robert Griffin III that we saw that year now in Cleveland?
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Griffin. Screen play, Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. 3rd and long. It's Griffin. And he finds Barnage. He's got it. And he's brought down after a good gain. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
It's a nice catch there by Gary Barnage, and there's no getting around it. The emergence of him has been nothing short of stunning, hasn't it?
Yeah, first 6 years, total 44 catches. Then at age 30 last year, he goes for 79.
Who says you don't get better with age?
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Second down following the run. On second down, here's Griffin. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. But they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
He finds Coleman. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Has it on the right side. It's a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Holding offense. Still 3rd down.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. So now at 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. On 3rd down, Griffin. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and out.
now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. One man in the backfield, that's Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football, but the best ones understand that that's how they'll actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help. They get down to what a lot of people call the second level, the linebackers, or the third level where the defensive backs are, and they get out in front and put their bodies out there and create more space for their runners to gain the yardage.
He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Cousins on first down. Crowder's got it over the middle. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a second down. Let's see what the offense comes with here, 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Right side caught by Jackson. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
2nd down, Cousins. Out to the left here to Reed. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Larry Ridley for highlights and analysis of our first half of play. Now, not too many highlights yet, at least in terms of scoring plays, that is.
Yeah, but hang in there. We might get something these last 2 minutes.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped. He rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set.
Detroit!
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And a good return as he'll be... Stop just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Griffin on 2nd down. And this is Gabriel on the catch. call it a gain of 3. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Perry Riley. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
A look at Washington as they come up. Air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Caught on the right side, Reed. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Cousins on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The best name in the NFL, Barkevious Mingo. From his outside linebacker spot, he comes up to drop him for a loss of 10.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 3 down. 3 down. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And able to push his way. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Now Thompson. And some room to roam now. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 33 yards.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things were pretty easy, and that one carried them down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all, because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it, or will they have to throw it in order to try and score?
And now a 1st down following that long gain. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He's got time in the pocket. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Hopkins' kick is good. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we send you down to Orlando where we check.
Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the 3rd quarter. Let me spit this out.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think that they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower the...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. 3rd and 2. Now Griffin. Screen play. Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Here we go on 4th down with Griffin. Looking deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
After the penalty, it's Jones. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Josh Doctson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We focus our attention on the Redskins defense now. And they had a great 4th down stop last time that set their offense up. Great offense able to score. So offense probably over there saying, hey, do that again.
Exactly what they're saying. That's working together. That's being in tandem right there. Stop them on defense. Offense gets great field position, rolls in and puts points on the board. I think you're exactly right. Can you do it for us one more time? We'll take it.
He'll try and do it again. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football.
Corey Coleman. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. And for Robert Griffin III, the first passing touchdown in a Browns uniform. Charles, so good to see him back out there, isn't it?
And do you think that maybe it was almost like a cleansing touchdown for him?
Oh, yeah.
This is a brand new start in Cleveland. Now he has an opportunity to go back to being who he was as a great player coming out of Baylor, his rookie year in Washington. Can he recapture that magic? That first touchdown, that eases the way.
And this one through the uprights and good. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. On the return, this is Rashad Ross now. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week ago. And, partner, I think you can pin some of this on that O-line. That room to run, just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball.
Well, it was pretty evident, I thought.
I mean, they were off the ball fast, penetrating, getting into the offensive backfield, really spilling a lot of runs before they got started. So I thought your observation was spot on then, and you're right there again this week. Same thing is happening, not able to get started because they're not able to control the point of attack.
2nd down and 4. They'll come out in the pistol. Cousins with a give to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there. It doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now it's Griffin. Coleman has it here right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. They come up in an offset eye. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd.
Well, that wasn't just a loss. That was a loss of big yardage there. So the sense you're starting to get is that offensively, things are starting to pile up against them, and they've got to find a way to stop that. Conversely, how about...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll lose lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Joe Hayden there to bring him down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On third down, Cousins. He's got time. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Robert Griffin III now gears up to lead this offense again. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you
pressure gets to him and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. In trouble, and the defense has got it. And this is recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Griffin. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball is thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field.
Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here we go. It's Griffin on fourth down. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Cousins hands to Jones. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. Made us first. This now from 46 yards away. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This one taken from the 7. Muscles him off. They'll throw on 1st down with Griffin. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. One last shot for RG3. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on